Welcome to Lesson 1.5, Understanding Legal Systems and Related Law. This is Part 1. In your Candidate Information Bulletin, we're going to be in the Security and Risk Management domain. We are going to be in key area of knowledge D, which is understand legal and regulatory issues that pertain to information security in a global context. Our topics are going to include common law, customary law, and hybrid law systems. Technology virtualizes geographic boundaries. It's necessary that security professionals have a basic understanding of major legal systems throughout the world. So some of the major legal systems throughout the world include common law, customary law, and hybrid or mixed law. And hybrid or mixed law really is just a convergence of two or more legal systems. So we're going to take a look at common law at the three attributes, which are going to be criminal and civil and administrative. We're going to look at customary law, including religious. We're going to talk about hybrid or mixed laws. So the common law system is based on the notation of legal precedent, past decisions, and traditions. Common law traces its roots back to England, and the common law framework can be found in many parts of the world that were once colonies or territories of the British Empire. That includes the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. Most common law systems consist of three branches of law: criminal, tort, which is also referred to as civil, and administrative, which is also referred to as regulatory. Each of those three branches cover different areas, have a different burden of proof, and a different outcome or penalty that can be assessed. So we're going to start with common law criminal. Criminal law deals with the behavior or conduct that is harmful to the public or society. So criminal law crimes include such as assault, burglary, robbery, theft, extortion, and murder. These are conducts that would be harmful to individuals, to the public at large, to society at large. Only the government can prosecute a criminal case. It's always going to be brought by the government and prosecuted by the government. The burden of proof is very high. Burden of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt. Penalties for criminal acts can include fines, court-ordered actions, imprisonment, or in extreme cases, even death. More serious crimes are called felonies, and less serious crimes are termed misdemeanors. As information security professionals, the two crimes you will most often come across will be theft or extortion. The next branch of common law is tort law, also called civil law. Tort law deals with disputes between individuals and organizations, and it deals with contracts, damage of property, personal injury, or unfair practices. In a civil suit, an individual or company attempts to sue another individual or company. A civil suit is not brought by the government. The government can only bring criminal suits. So in a civil suit, it's an individual suing another individual, or a company suing another company, any of those combinations. The burden of proof is not as high as in a criminal case. The burden of proof includes a preponderance of evidence, so it's a lower standard of proof. Remedies usually consist of money for damages or injunction. So injunction means that you need to stop doing something. Monetary damages can be compensatory, punitive, statutory, or a combination. So compensatory is to compensate you for a loss. Punitive is to punish you. Statutory would be whatever the statute or the law requires, or it can be a combination of those, and that would generally be at the discretion of the judicial system. The third branch of common law is administrative. Administrative law is generally known as regulatory law, and it relates to compliance with rules and regulations that are constructed by administrative agencies that are based on legislation. Administrative penalties are most often fines or actions, but in some cases can include incarceration. So that was the common law system. Let's take a look at the customary law system. The customary law is based on traditions or customs. So those could be traditions of a community, traditions of a country, traditions of an ethnic group. Customary law is generally adjudicated by a local court, a council, or individual, such as a chief or an elder. Religious laws are forms of customary laws, although they're generally assumed to have been declared by a deity and written or codified by humans. Customary law systems can be found throughout the world. So as an information security professional, it's really important that you understand what the local traditions and customs are. And then you may encounter a mixed or a hybrid law system. A mixed or hybrid law is a convergence of two or more legal systems. It's usually civil and common, but it could also be customary and religious, or religious and criminal law. But it's when we have more than one legal system come into play. In the United States, you would find that on a Native American reservation, where you may have customary laws for the reservation, and then of course you're going to have common law, because that's what the United States judicial system is based on. So let's do a lesson review. Common law, which is based on precedent, includes criminal, civil, which is also referred to as tort, and administrative or regulatory law. Customary law includes local customs and traditions, and also extends and includes religious laws. When we have a convergence of legal systems, those are referred to as a hybrid law system. So let's match some meanings. Lesson 1.5, Match the Meanings, includes common law systems, customary law, hybrid law system, criminal law, tort law, and administrative law. Those are down your left-hand column. In your right-hand column are the various meanings that you need to match up. So go ahead, put me on pause. I want you to match the meanings and come on back and we'll talk through them. All right, let's try our lesson 1.5 terms. Common law, which is based on precedent and found in former British colonies. Components are civil, criminal, and administrative. Those are the three branches of common law. Customary law is based on tradition and could include religious law. A hybrid law system is when we have a convergence of legal systems. Criminal law is when there is harm to individuals or society, remembering that only the government can prosecute a criminal case. Tort law, which deals with disputes, and those are disputes between individuals and corporations, or individuals and individuals, or corporations and corporations. It's when one sues another. And administrative law is based on regulations and requires compliance with the regulations. Common law, customary, hybrid, criminal, tort, and administrative law are all terms that you want to be really familiar with. So let's wrap up lesson 1.5 with our CISSP exam tips. Remember that only the government can prosecute a criminal case, that religious laws are a form of customary law, and that administrative violations can result in monetary penalties, regulatory action, or imprisonment. In subsequent lessons, we're going to be talking a lot about various regulations, so bear in mind that if you don't comply with those regulations, penalties, regulatory actions, or imprisonment is possible. Thanks for joining me for this lesson. I look forward to seeing you in the next.